You'll never walk alone, alone. Liverpool! They're going to win it all this year. Liverpool, not Man United. Liverpool's going to win the whole thing. I don't even know what is that an Australian accent I just did, or was that an actual...
It may have.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a Scouser accent or not, but...
Glory, glory, Man United, as the Reds go marching on.
Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la. We are Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la-la. We are Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la. We're the best football club in the world.
Not last year. Anyway.
Welcome
to the EPL show.
Yeah, we had a roster that was like half the price of Man United's, and what did you guys get? What, 7th, 8th, 9th?
Look at this guy talking crap already. But anyway, welcome to this new installment in the Tom Greene show program, and this is a Mountain Dew Blue Black Cherry Kickstart. And it's good.
Dude, they must. I hope they pay you for this, man. I mean, seriously. Because there's going to be at least 5 people that watch this video, so.
Exactly. So.
2 of them are here, but that's okay.
Right? So, a fresh new EPL season. Man United needed it. After last year finishing 7th place in a very disappointing year. Kind of similar to Michigan football, how it was just close, but just an overall disappointment.
Maybe they just needed to get the World Cup out of the way, too. Because, yeah, they clearly looked like they were not, like, especially their top players, they looked like they were waiting for the World Cup. Which, of course, did Wayne Rooney a whole lot of good. Because, oh, that's right, after 2 matches, they were completely out. So, I mean, at least the Liverpool players can say that they gave it their all in the regular season, or in the EPL season and the World Cup. And even though the World Cup was a huge disappointment to them.
And Gerrard has retired from international
yes.
competition.
Over 120 caps, I believe, something like that. So, yeah. He was a great captain, but, yeah, it's time to move on. They've got some other guys.
And honestly, I think if Liverpool wins the EPL this year, Gerrard might very well
It'll be
quits.
It'll be it. Yeah, I think
he wanted to call it after last year, but they unfortunately did not. They were 2 goals away. Liverpool was 2 goals away from winning.
They were a slip away because Chelsea and the Chelsea match, they were ready to sit back and play defense, and they were conceding the tie, and it literally took an insane, incredibly unlucky slip by Gerrard for that to happen. Because I'm telling you this, Crystal Palace does not come back from 3-0 if Liverpool is 10 minutes away from basically having to go home for a tie or a win against Newcastle, win the league. There is no way they come back because Liverpool basically, once they get up 2-0, 3-0, they call off the dogs and they play defense and they clamp down. And they didn't. They tried to catch up in goals and then they got caught on counterattacks, got tired and lost. But basically they were a slip. It was a terrible, rotten luck. Sometimes God just isn't fair because then he lets evil clubs like Manchester City win when beautiful...
We can both agree with that.
Beautiful light-of-the-world clubs like Liverpool who do nothing but good things, and great people like Steven Gerrard get kind of screwed over with slipping.
And Chelsea, all they wanted to do was waste time in the game.
Chelsea was more than happy. It was their backup squad. Liverpool was taking it to them. It basically took an unlucky break for them to end up winning it. And because Chelsea was like, hey, we're going to park the bus, play defense. We're not going to give you a win, but we'll give you a draw. And then Liverpool, unfortunately, it happened the way it happened. But you know what? Hey, as Brendan Rodgers likes to say, that was last year's stuff. This year we got to move forward.
And I say this, and I got to say the same thing with Man United as they finished 7th place, as we just talked about. Moyes is out, Van Gaal is in, and that brings us to our first topic of this one. Louis Van Gaal coming in at Manchester United, and they had a very good preseason.
Yeah, well, they didn't lose. So, at least I don't think they did. I think they won every match.
They drew 1, and they won every single one.
Yeah.
After that, including the one in Ann Arbor, which I was at.
Yeah.
3-1 victory over Real Madrid. I was in front of I was there with 109,000 other people.
He's a good addition. I mean, I still think they should have given Moyes another year, and not just because I'm a Liverpool fan. I thought they would stink, but I think it's not really fair to give a guy like less than a year and you fire him. But one thing Van Gaal or Van Gaal does that Moyes really didn't do is he he sort of installs a sense of fear. You know, I think the players are scared of him. It's like he might be kind of a nice guy, but it's like you can tell that he's in charge, he's the man, and if you don't show up, he will bench you. He doesn't care who you are. And I don't think that, and that was something Alex Ferguson, I think, pretty much did. But guys like, I mean, Ferguson knew how to motivate Wayne Rooney. David Moyes clearly didn't. But a new guy in there clearly means business. And although their transfer window so far hasn't been very interesting, they haven't really done much. So the question is, in the last couple of weeks of it, are they actually going to sign a big one? There's all these big names flying around, but none of them have happened yet. So it'll be interesting to see if Manchester United adds anybody really big or if they're just kind of happy with who they have.
I remember watching the Netherlands in the World Cup, and Van Gaal meant business. And he does the same thing here.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing with all the other clubs. I believe he was with Bayern Munich at one point.
Yeah, he's won with like 3 different clubs.
So he means business here in the other side of Manchester.
Well, he'll need it. I mean, they're a lot like Liverpool. They don't have the depth and overall quality of the players quite like Chelsea and Manchester City have right now, which is, it's sick how many players they have. But it doesn't mean they can't win the league, as Liverpool showed last year. When they were thin, they had 11 guys and really no depth and nothing else, and they had injury problems at times. Suarez was out the first 5 or 6 matches of the season because he bit somebody. This was before the World Cup bite, anyway. Mm-hmm. And then they also lost Daniel Sturridge, who was another great player of theirs. They lost him for a couple of months. They lost Gerrard for a while. So they were really thin, and they had almost no depth, and they still easily could have won the league.
Yeah,
so,
they were 2 goals away from winning the league last year. I'm saying that right now. And that brings us to our next topic, which is the cannibal himself. Not him. He's not a cannibal, at least I hope.
Dude, Twilight, man. Forget.
Oh, God.
Forget, what is it? Team Jacob. And there's Team Jacob, there's Team Edward. I'm on Team Suarez, man. I'm on Team Suarez because that guy knows how to bite, man. It's great. Nah, it's tough to see him go, but it's like his departure is giving Liverpool a lot of money and a lot of players to create a better foundation. It would have been nice to have won the league and then had Louis leave, but he's going to Barca, and he gave Liverpool a lot of good stuff, some negative stuff, so it was kind of bittersweet, but Liverpool will move on from Louis, and I look forward to seeing how he does in La Liga, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Liverpool got a lot stronger because of his departure, and weaker in a way. They probably don't quite have the striker firepower without that partnership between Suarez and Sturridge, but Sturridge is, I think, going to be even better this year, and the youngsters, Sterling and Coutinho, will be even better. They look great. Mm-hmm. So hopefully Real Madrid doesn't try to buy those guys, but we'll find out.
Yeah. And now we'll have some more installments, of course, of this show, because if you're an American watching this, you probably all want to fall asleep right now.
I don't know, man.
Because
they're starting to cover soccer, a.k.a. football, a.k.a. footy, or just football. They're starting to cover those. I mean, the Super Cup, the Super Cup was on the other day between Real Madrid.
I watched that.
Yeah, I watched it too, and I didn't think it'd be on. So they're starting to show it a lot more, and I think it's getting more popular in the USA.
And that's a good thing.
It's a very good
thing.
So
installment 2 in this saga is next.
You'll never walk alone.